Hi, good afternoon, one and all. Let us come to ninth biology. Today, apart from the fourth chapter, plasma membrane, today we are going to discuss about what is meant by diffusion and osmosis, the differences between the diffusion and osmosis, and how it can play a vital role in the organisms and nature. So, in regards, first of all, we have to recall that what we learned till now about osmosis and the lab activities, and we have to continue the remaining rest of the concept. So, in this part, plasma membrane, as we know that it is also called as different names like selectively permeable membrane or cell membrane, which is made up of lipids and proteins. It can make get in and go out. So, these we know till now. Apart from this plasma membrane. So on behalf of this specific characteristic, of course it is one of the part of the cell labeling, but we have to learn in a detailed manner as a separate chapter because of its significance. So let us come into that. Actually, plasma membrane, it occurs through the differentiation in the different solutions. For example, based on the differences in the solutions. For example, one solution maybe it is a concentration and the second one may be a less concentration. Obviously, the transportation of these materials from one concentration to another concentration through the cells by this plasma membrane. So, apart from this, it occurs, I mean that the osmosis or diffusion occurs through differentiation in the solutions concentrations. So, for example, from lower concentration to higher concentration, the movement of materials or the nutrients, they have to shift from lower concentration to higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane like plasma membrane. It is called as osmosis. So, osmo means pushing. It is a Greek word. Osmo means pushing. So, coming to the osmosis, the movement of materials from low concentration to high concentration through semi-permeable membrane is called as osmosis. So, let us have to recall what are the lab activities till now we conducted. So, first example, in sake of kismis or dry grape or a resin. So, while we are keeping this kismis in the two different concentration solutions, like tap water is a less concentration when compared to sugar solution. So, while we are placing the kismis in tap water, the kismis is swelling because of endosmosis. The same kismis when we place in the sugar solution, it should be shrink because of exosmosis. Let us come to the second example. Take a potato cut into a tube-shaped structure. When we fill with the sugar solution and place it in the tap water, so the tap water inject into sugar solution because of tap water is less concentration, sugar is high concentration. This tap water is injected into potato cup with the sugar solution by this endosmosis process. Next, in a reverse case, while we are filling the potato cup with this tap water and placing in the sugar solution, potato cup tap water is releasing into the sugar solution in this watch glass. This is called as exosmosis and endosmosis. So always the water which is tap water or pure water is less concentration compared to the sugar solution or salt solution. So let us take an example like egg. Of course, it is a visible cell. So egg cell, obviously the cell is having the membrane is called as a plasma membrane. It can be acts like a selectively permeable membrane. So that in order to that one, we have to de-shell the egg with HCl solution, and we fill it with the 10% salt solution and placing with tap water. Obviously the tap water is enter into the salt solution because of tap water is less concentration compared to salt solution. So that the egg membrane can be swelling over. If you have to do in a reverse, I mean this egg membrane filled with the tap water and keeping the salt solution, automatically it can be reverse. So always tap water is less compared to salt solution or sugar solution. This is the differentiation of lower concentration to higher concentration. It can be explained with the osmosis principle. But when coming to the, do you know, we have a separate technique. It is called as a reverse osmosis. So osmosis means low concentration to high concentration, but here it is required of plasma membrane. The same technique used by this RO system. So RO means reverse osmosis. So RO plant. Usually we have a practical experience in our drinking water system, mineral water plant, RO plant. They have to written a capital letters like RO. RO in the sense reverse osmosis. I mean that the mud water or the particulate of these dirty particles of the plant water, so that should be filtered out to the semi-permeable membrane and it can be allowed to the pure water. So that the tiny pores are present in that the mineral water plant. Tiny particles are filtered out through this mineral plant and this is called as a RO system. So this RO system we can explain this. Do you know? Actually, this is the information about RO system. RO means reverse osmosis. Actually, two more scientists, those are called as Freddie Mercury and David Bowie. They have to notice this reverse osmosis technique, which can be purified the water. Of course, this process is called as a desalination. Desalination means if in case the concentration of salts are high in that water, so by this desalination process means removing of the salt from the salt water, we can collect that pure water. So usually we are extracting the salt from that seashores by collecting the salt water and we have to make a margins and we are allow them to evaporation in a weekdays. So through the week the entire salt water is evaporated. Finally we are collecting the salt crystals to make out to that preparation of the salt. So while coming to that the annexed part of this lesson, we see this is the plant of RO plant. This is called of this is the plant is called as RO plant. So RO mission. So when we are applying the high pressure, the particles, the dirt particles are filtered out here. So through plasma membrane, the purified water is entered into the exit portion, so that we collect the pure water. So osmosis means low to high, but in reverse osmosis means high to low. Here we are applying the high pressure. With the effect of this high pressure, the dirty particles are settled down in the bottom of the filters and the purified water is coming up. That water can be goes to that other layer through semi-permeable membrane. Is called as a osmosis. This process is called as a reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis. So this principle is called as a desalination. Desalination. So through this way, we are collecting the fresh water from the salt water. So this process is called as desalination. So next, what is the importance of osmosis in a real life scenario? For example, as we seen in that 10th class. Transportation like root hairs and root pressure. See, actually the roots are having small hair-like structures. So these root hair can collect the water from the soil particulate through this osmosis principle. So for this, I support the 10th class root hair structure that we have to experience in a better way to understand this concept. So actually, this is the part of the xylem and phloem. Of course, we completed this part in plant tissues. Xylem and phloem is the vascular tissue or conductive tissue or a transport tissue which can be meant for minerals and soil water from this xylem tissue. Phloem for the food transportation. See, coming to that, the root is having the one of the root hair. So actually this is the vacuole. It is a bag-like structure which nearly almost enter the cell. So it is a small hair-like projection which can be entered into the vacuole to the soils. So this is called as a soil particulate. Between the soil particles, some water is deposited. This water is called as a soil water or this ground level water. So the ground level water is penetrated into the these root hair because of the differences between the cell sap. Means the fluid which is present in the vacuole is called as a cell sap. Obviously it is a high concentration when compared to the soil water is called as a low concentration. So through the differences of these solutions like cell sap and the soil water is less compared to cell sap because of cell sap is having some glucose content. Obviously they are having high concentration. So through low to high, through the semi-permeable membrane it can be entered and it can be goes to the adjacent cells and finally it reaches to xylem. So through the xylem it can be transported to the root pressure and transpiration technique. So osmosis helps into the absorption of water from the soil. So that I can be explained. Next, stomata, the opening and closing of the stomata in the epidermal cells, especially in the lower epidermal cells of the leaf, the opening and closing of stomata also occurs through the differences of these osmosis principle. Next, we move to the diffusion. So till now we discussed about osmosis. It is one of the basic principle of plasma membrane or selectively permeable membrane. Next, diffusion. Diffusion means it is a very simple process which can be spreading over from higher to lower medium. See here the high concentration can be spreading to the low concentration. So it is an active process when compared to these osmosis, because of it is against the gravitation force from low to high. But here higher concentration to low concentration without any permeable membrane. Here there is no requirement of permeable membrane. It is a physical process, but it is a physiological process. So diffusion occurs in a different manners. We can understand by these daily life utilities. While we are using the perfumes, obviously the perfume bottle is having a high concentration. When we are spraying this perfume, the high concentration molecules are spreading over entire that room, and evenly it can give to some sense of smell. So perfumes are agarbattis. So these, for example, when we visit a garden, flower garden, we feel it's a good odor or smell, because we feel the sense of smell by chemoreceptors or olfactory receptors which are present in the nose. So daily life utilities, these diffusion is a very important phenomenon. So let us come into that. Of course, some bad incidents in a tragedy incidents like methyl isocyanate. It is a unforgettable tragedy which occurs in the Bhopal. So in Bhopal, unforgettable tragedy, methyl isocyanate gas is leaked, so it can be spreading over and it causes to that leads of several people's death. So it is also occurs through the diffusion process, means high concentration to low concentration. So according to this diffusion, one more scientist, he is called as Thomas Graham. He introduced one of the law. According to his statement, the substances which are soluble more in the diffusion, it can be spread more when compared to the less soluble substances. So according to Thomas Graham, so Thomas Graham is one of the scientists. So he is given to the textbook. Do you know? Let us come to that. So he is called as Thomas Graham. So Thomas Graham, he is the scientist. According to the, do you know what he said? He had inferred that more soluble substances in a medium diffuse faster than the less soluble substances. This popularly known as the Graham's law. So according to him, the substances which are dissolved proper, that should be spreading over easily when compared to the less soluble substances. So this is called as Graham's law. Next, potassium permanganate or copper sulfate, or while we are making the tea decoction. So these are all the principles of diffusion in our real life scenario. Next, the last one of this topic, what are the functions of plasma membrane? So till now we discussed about two major functions. Those are called as diffusion and osmosis. So apart from what are the major kind of duties are performed by this plasma membrane means shape. Actually, the cell membrane is having a particular shape. So obviously the shape of the cell depends upon the plasma membrane. It can be used as a mechanical barrier, so it can be make a bridge between the outer environment and the internal environment. So internal environment, there is a cytoplasm, nucleus, nucleoplasm. So obviously there is a different medium when compared to the outer medium. So it is the boundary line like a mechanical barrier. Selectively permeable, which is required to the cell, those materials only allow. I mean that it can be acts like a get in and go out. Endocytosis. Endo means inside, cyto means cell. For example, in case of amoeba, it acquires the food through this process, means endocytosis. So this is the amoeba. So when amoeba identify the food particle, so entire this body, I mean this entire this body can acquire the food inside of the cell. So this is called as endocytosis. Endo means inside, cyto means cell. So the food particle enter into the cell and it can be digested over in the diffusion process. Next, flow of information. Different cells of the organism, different cells of the same organism can be information flowing from one cell to another cell, one organism to another organism. I mean that here same organism we are having a different cells. For example, stomach cells, liver cells, kidney cells, intestinal cells. So all these cells they are passing the information. So this is called as a flow of information through the cells continuity. So in case of the plant cells, adjacent cells. For example, this is a plant cell. So these plant cells are having the adjacent cells. So these adjacent cells having the connectivity. So to the one plant cell to another plant cell. So these are called as plasmodesmotas or adjacent cells. So through the plasmodesmotas, the plant cells are having the connectivity to one cell to another cell. This is called as adjacent cells. Next, osmosis, as we know that from low to high concentration. Next, specialization. Of course, some of the cells of the plasma membrane can modify to perform the different functions. For example, this is the small intestine. They are having a number of foldings. So these finger-like projections which are occurs in this is called as a microvilli. This is called as a microvilli, which can increase the surface volume of this small intestine, which is meant for the absorption of the glucose, which is already digested in the small intestine. So modified to perform the different functions like absorption in microvilli. Like these are the functions which are carried out by plasma membrane. So till now we discuss about plasma membrane or cell membrane or selectively permeable membrane. So which is usually made up of lipids and proteins. It is a fluid mosaic model of according to the Singer-Nicholson model. Singer and Nicholson, they said that it is a biphospholipid Singer and Nicholson model. So this is the information about plasma membrane. So till now in 9th class, according to SCRT, we are having the 11 chapters. The first 4 chapters are related because of cell and tissue. Cell is a basic unit. Tissue is nothing but a more than one cells. I mean that a group of cells which are having the similar structure and similar function. So till now we discussed the 9th class chapter cell, its structure and functions, and cell organelles, and basic cell membrane. Basic one of the part of the cell is like cell membrane. Next to plant tissues and animal tissues. So we are having 2 branches. One is cytology or cell biology. Obviously the second one is histology or a group of cells, means tissues. So 2 branches are completed. Next we are having another type of lesson that is in a different manner that we have to discuss in the next week. Thank you children. Thank you.